Hello? Hello, boys? Are we live? Hello, hello, hello. Let me know. What is up? What is up? Welcome, everybody. We got the final day of the Epic Games and Apple trial, all right? It's going down right now. Let me know if we're live, all right? Give me 1 second. Let's make sure we're good to go. But what up, Billy Bob? What up, Pablo? What up, Typical Ghost? What up, iTalk Gaming? What up, JG? What up, Lil Uzi? What up, Billy Bob? What up, Laser King? What up, Baze Alfie? What up, Taryn? What up, Jinx? What up, Rob? What up, Fortnite? What up, 999 Clan? What up, Trex? What up, Bob? What up, Jacob? What up, Reanimator? What up, Funny Moments? Holy cow, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are hyped. I'm hyped. Last day of the trial. 1 sec. All right, we're going to tune in. Give me a couple clicks of the button here. A couple clickety-clacks, and we're ready for launch, all right? All right, we're good to go. Okay, hold on. So we missed a little bit of the trial because it's been going on for like the last hour or so. So I just want to catch you guys up, all right? I want to catch you guys up because we're jumping in just a little bit late. So far, keep in mind, I'm not a lawyer, and most of the people talking about this in the Fortnite community aren't lawyers either, all right? But from everything I've seen on the internet today, Epic is winning, all right? So far, so good, man. Hey, yo, Justin. Thank you for the 5, Justin. Coming through with the $5 dono. Thank you, homie. $5 just to say hello. Hello, Justin. Hello, sir. But yeah, it's looking good so far, man. It's looking good. Oh, Cap, I'm a lawyer. Never mind, Paso. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is or isn't, what up, Paso? Welcome, you know? But yeah, a lot of people have been saying Fortnite is winning. Once again, we don't really know if that's true until it's done. Hold on. I just saw a very useful. Just letting you know, we may not get an answer until June 7th through August 13th, so don't get too excited. Okay. So then, does that mean the last day of the trial? Like, is the trial the part where they, like, say their piece, and then after that, they have, like, the, I don't know, sentencing? I don't know what it would be called since it's not, like, someone getting arrested. It wouldn't be sentencing, but the conclusional stage after that or something. But, yeah, today's where it all gets put out on the line, and we really see what the dealio is. So here we go, man. We tuning in. Let me know about the audio if the game sounds too loud or. All right, how's the audio? We good?
On the licensing of IP are routinely scrutinized under the antitrust laws, and for good reason, because you cannot. Although there are things that you could choose to do unilaterally, like withholding your IP or refusing to deal. You cannot place conditions on those things if the conditions have any competitive effects. Yeah. And Kodak makes that clear as well in footnote. Apologies.
Bro, is that apples? It's too quiet. Hold on, we turning it up, man.
The only time that the incidents which would have anti-competitive effects are where the license eliminates competition that would otherwise exist but for the license, and but for the license being in place. And here, Your Honor, but for the license, there would be no apps other than Apple's native apps on the iOS platform. Apple has chosen to license. It's made its choice. It could have kept it internally. It could have made all apps its own, but it made the business model decision to make apps available to consumers from third parties and to make the platform available to third parties to the great benefit of all. To everyone, including Apple, but including consumers and including developers. And to the extent we're asking whether or not Apple is being asked to provide a compulsory license, I once again take the court back, and here I am not paraphrasing, to lines at 276-1 at page 4, the prohibition must prohibit Apple from enforcing contractual provisions, guidelines, or policies, or imposing technical restrictions or financial penalties. Now, a moment ago, we heard counsel try to subdivide Apple's intellectual property, the intellectual property reflected in IAPs, away from the store in an apparent attempt to get around the fact that they had admitted on the face of their discovery that they could not be on the store but for that intellectual property. They could not have IAP purchases but for the StoreKit API. and that it is integrally and fundamentally a part of the store. It is a compulsory license. It is an attempt to profit from Apple's intellectual property without any compensation, and it is pro-competitive for Apple to have the business model that it has, as Ms. Moyer has discussed and can discuss it some additional length.
Your Honor, what I hear Mr. Dorn saying is we have IP, we can license it however we want, competitive consequences be darned. That's it, full stop. It's ours, we can do with it what we want, even if it has any competitive consequences.
Dang.
That is so facially, obviously not the law, it is shocking to hear Apple stand here and say it. Of course, if there are...
This is one thing. I don't hear him saying that. We all agree or disagree as to whether they're anti-competitive effects.
True.
I don't think Apple thinks that they've argued very hard that there are no anti-competitive effects. And so if there are, well, let me ask Mr. Dorn, if there were anti-competitive effects, do you concede that IP is not a defense?
What I concede, Your Honor, is that there were anti-competitive effects in a market in which there would be competition.
Yeah, this is going pretty good for
that
Epic,
license,
man.
That would be something the court should take into account in its antitrust analysis, but that's not the case here.
Wow.
That, respectfully, was not responsive to the court's question.
He didn't even answer.
I agree with the way Your Honor phrased this a moment ago in clarifying what I said. Of course, I understand Apple disputes the existence of any competitive effects. 100%, I agree that is their position. We're having a conversation now about remedy, which means we've reached the point of concluding liability has been found. If there's no liability, the discussion Mr. Dorn and I are having with the court is academic. So if there is liability, that means there are any competitive effects. And if there are any competitive effects of the sort that leads to liability, the existence of IP is simply no defense. And the argument based on the IP guidelines or the interpretation of the IP guidelines that Mr. Dorn is articulating would have the effect of resulting in a world in which an IP owner could license in a way that has any competitive effects and then turn around and say, but there's nothing you can do about it because I've achieved those any competitive effects using my intellectual property. And that is just not the law.
Yeah, I think Epic's winning, dude.
Your Honor, this court explained in the jury instructions in the Apple iPod antitrust litigation, a company has no general legal duty to assist its competitors, including by making its product interoperable, licensing competitors, or sharing information with its competitors. And that was the jury instruction given in the iPod case. That remains the law today. Apple retains rights to use its intellectual property to compete.
Literally, Apple's entire argument is just like, yeah, but we don't have to do that, you know? Like, that's their entire argument. It's just, yeah, but we don't have to. Which, I don't know if that's, I guess, is a good argument, but all right, back to it.
Over the last 12 years.
There is no general legal duty to help competitors. I agree. It's also completely irrelevant to the question before the court. We're not asking for the court to order Apple to help us in the abstract. We're in a world now where we've found liability. That's why we're having the remedy discussion. And the only point that I'm making in response to the question the court has posed is, does the existence of intellectual property somehow restrain the court from remedying the anti-competitive harms that it will have found in the liability phase? The answer to that is no. This discussion about general legal duty to help competitors, it's not a remedy issue. It's a question of whether there's a duty to deal. It's a liability question. We're now having a conversation about remedy. The liability has already been concluded. IP is just not a defense.
As Your Honor has already noted, Apple does not claim that intellectual property is a global immunization, a vaccine, one might say, to antitrust liability. But into the facts here, the intellectual property is being properly used, properly licensed under a legitimate business model, and what Epic seeks here is a compulsory license without compensation.
If Mr. Dorn is correct that it's being properly licensed and properly used and not having any competitive effects, then he's correct and you lose on the merits and liability. But if he's not correct about those things, then we win on the merits on liability, and the court needs to be able to impose a remedy and not be handcuffed or restricted in the remedy that it imposes simply because IP is at issue. I think actually Mr. Dorn and I are kind of coming to agreement on this point.
So let me ask. Where courts have found antitrust liability in
Whoa. Ayo, Zechariah. Thanks for becoming a member, homie. Appreciate you, dog. Shout out Zechariah, man.
The courts from the business of the courts. But trial courts and appellate courts don't run businesses. In the cases where courts have found antitrust conduct,
Ooh.
how have the courts fashioned remedies to deal with the antitrust conduct? Have they in fact said, you billion-dollar company, trillion-dollar company, you must fundamentally change the business model under which you are operating? Are courts doing that? Have they ever done that?
So the typical thing a court will do is impose a prohibition or a set of prohibitions on conduct that has any competitive effects. The characterization of change a business model or so forth, that is a characterization of the conduct. I mean, you can look, for example, at...
so give me an example.
Sure. As an example, it was reversed on the merits, but in terms of the remedy phase or the remedy decision in the Qualcomm case...
That doesn't help me. It's not binding authority, and it wasn't upheld. And perhaps perhaps they did it on the liability, but perhaps they didn't like the remedy and found that it would be easier to address the liability. So, give me some example that has survived appellate review where the court has engaged in such a way to either prohibit something or to fundamentally change the economic model of a monopolistic company.
Dude, this is going so good for Epic right now. Literally so good.
Survived appellate review in part to recognize the most extreme remedies were reversed by the D.C. Circuit. But the court identified any competitive conduct there and upheld prohibitions on Microsoft's licensing and bundling practices and so forth with respect to Windows. And the case subsequently settled following the appellate decision. But there is a D.C. Circuit opinion governing the remedy there, and that is probably the signal example because it's one of these cases don't come along every day, obviously, Your Honor.
So let's talk about Microsoft. Again, let's assume liability.
All right, Your Honor. Well, first of all, Your Honor, that was a government case, not a private party case.
Hey, yo, Legend! Legend coming through with the 5, bro. Free Fortnite. I just finished the live action Zero Crisis. Hashtag hog for life. Yo, Legend! Thank you, homie. You're a legend, my guy. Shout out.
Injunction should be as narrow as possible to address the complaints of the parties. But going to and secondly, Your Honor, as counsel just...
Hold on, for the people who can't hear, I feel like we just heard a lot, and it was, like, kind of a big deal. So, basically, the judge was asking, like, I don't know, basically Apple just said, like, yo, we don't need to do any of this because we don't need to, right? And then Apple was like, nah, not true. But then, basically, this was the big part, right? The judge asked the Epic lawyer, like, okay, what do you want to happen? Like, of any previous court case where the court ruled that a company was a monopoly, like, what did the court do, you know? Like, what is the route of action? And then the Epic lawyer replied and kind of said what had happened before, and then the judge said, like, that doesn't really help me. But I think it's good because the judge asking Epic Games, like, they're kind of talking about a conclusion, you know? And they're talking about it concluding on Epic's side. So, I don't know, kind of a good sign, good vibes thus far.
Dr. Mickens testified that, and I'm quoting him now, it's important to realize that there's a spectrum because it's not just binary, whether it's prohibited or whether it's not. We either don't have third-party channels, in other words, we have what is currently the App Store, Or on the other end of the spectrum, we do, and then we just have this absolute mayhem where anything goes. Then he was asked, how should it be dealt with? And by the way, Your Honor, with apologies, this is at 2709, line 19 to 2710, line 8. And Professor Mickens was then asked, and in your view, as a security expert, who decides which end of the spectrum we end up in the world where Apple does not get to centralize distribution? To which he responded, well, ultimately, I think it is the court who would decide. I think the court should consult with security experts and people who are experts in content moderation. Professor Evans simply sidestepped the issue, and he said that, well, to me, it would be, if we're talking about this case, it would be the ordinary situation in an antitrust remedy where there are ground rules typically set, in my experience, with antitrust revenues concerning preventing the party from engaging in anti-competitive behavior, and typically when remedies are established there, that's something that's thought about.
You need to slow down.
I apologize. The point being, Your Honor, that Professor Evans' testimony was, you can do whatever you want so long as it's not anti-competitive. And what that means in the context of this case begs about every question in the case. Professor Mickens, on the topic of pornography, said that if in the instance where Apple doesn't, or he's asked, where Apple doesn't want native acts of pornographic content on its devices and a third party wants to distribute it, do you have a view which view should prevail? And his response was, I think that's a complex policy issue. So I think that, I think the court and the two sides would have to come to some agreement on that. That's 2680, line 19 to 2681, line 10. On privacy, Dr. Mickens was asked, if Apple takes the privacy view that a user should opt in before an app is permitted to track them, but a third-party app store app writer thinks no, the user should have to opt out before I stop tracking, do you have a view on which policy should prevail if Apple were required to open up iOS app distribution? His response was, it's a policy issue that once again the court would have to decide. Dr. Evans, in response to a similar question, said, I'm not really prepared to go through a list of what they can or can't do. This isn't about prohibitions, Your Honor. This isn't about anything binary, as Professor Mickens explained. It's about the difference between where we don't have third-party channels, which is the status quo, and then when we do, and we just have this absolute mayhem where anything goes. That's Professor Mickens. And it's up to this court on an issue-by-issue, case-by-case, app-by-app, policy-by-policy basis to determine where we end up between absolute mayhem where anything goes and the current business model that has been such a success.
So the strategy, Your Honor, obviously is to scare the court. Right? The strategy here is to say, this is so complicated, this is going to be on Your Honor's desk for the next 20 years. That is not...
Well, I don't know that it would be 20 years.
Anyway, maybe more.
That is, Your Honor, just a strategy. Let me explain in a couple of ways. Number one, it's clear that what Apple did was to take Professor Mickens, a computer science expert, and ask him a bunch of legal questions and policy questions. And I commend him for not actually answering them outside of his expertise. We can't take Professor Mickens' views as a computer scientist who is here to talk about security on how to structure a remedy as a terribly serious step of argument. And the same thing goes for Dr. Evans, who is here to talk about the economics of the restraints at issue and not to advise the court on the legal question of how to fashion a remedy. What we're not doing here, however, is being completely at sea between the lockdown nature of the store right now and an absolute Wild West open, to use Mr. Doran's words, absolute mayhem situation. We have something. We have something, and it's called a Mac. There is a model that exists in the world that this very company that Apple has said is safe, is people can go to and download with comfort and assurance. We've seen the marketing materials, which they have used around the world, that are on their website today, at least they were the last time I checked, if they haven't changed, telling people that the Mac is a safe model for people to use.
Ooh.
Now, I know that Mr. Federighi has...
Mr. Bornstein, let me ask you this. Epic has sued Google, and that action is pending in front of my colleague.
That was a good point. Epic was just like, yo, you can still play Fortnite on the Mac computer. Apple advertises that as being just as secure as the phone, you know? What's the difference? I don't really know, but hey, good point, I guess.
iPhone should be like Android, where they have many stores. How does that address anything, given that Epic has also sued Google on the exact model that you're arguing should be the result in this case?
So there are two important things in there that are responsive to the court's question. Number one, we are not arguing that iOS should be just like Android. There is a feature of Android which we think is appropriate in the sense of getting rid of the restriction that makes iOS the only, that makes the App Store the only path for getting onto the iPhone. But that does not mean, as Apple has repeatedly said, that this is going to turn iOS into Android. And there are lots of things that Apple could continue to do in the Mac model. Second point is the reason that there is a lawsuit against Google is because Google has a set of anti-competitive restrictions of its own that it applies on the Android ecosystem in certain jurisdictions in the world, including the United States, that have similar, although not the same, anti-competitive effects by limiting in a material way the ability of developers and users to access app distribution outside of Google Play. It is not exactly the same, but there are all sorts of restrictions that are detailed in our complaint in that case that explain how Google Play is not precisely the same.
Hey, yo, I see Caden, thank you for the $2. Says, hey, Epic, can you make the Battle Pass for Season 7? I think they're working on it. They probably got it done by now, you know? But hey, Icy, thank you for the super chat, mate.
The App Store, but also engages in conduct that is very similar in restricting app distribution and in-app payments.
How is it that, okay.
Your Honor?
Yes, Mr. Bond.
First of all, I guess I would start by noting that Mr. Bornstein's primary citations to proof that the App Store would remain somehow intact is all from cross-examination questions of our witnesses asking if they knew that app review would remain in place. There certainly wasn't any foundation to what they know about what it is that Epic seeks to do here or what this court might be being asked to order. They presented no witness at all on what remedy they want or why it would be workable. They've only had security experts come in to talk about the iOS operating system, and Dr. Mickens, who is a security expert, did testify on the record that on-device security would not protect against apps that encourage teenagers to commit suicide, apps targeting young children that ask whether their parents are home and where they keep the jewelry, scam apps, pirated apps, apps that are promoted for purchase via fake reviews. And that's at the trial transcript at pages...
Wait, is that a real thing? Did you hear that? They're like, Epic or Apple doesn't scan for apps that ask kids if their parents are home and where the jewelry is. Like, has anyone ever actually made an app that did that, dude? That sounds like so much effort and the dumbest thing ever. And yeah, obviously those apps shouldn't exist. That's ridiculous. But wow, that's a thing that existed at one point. I'm mind blown. What the heck, dude? Seriously.
673 line 10 to 2675 line 13. We're not characterizing the testimony of these witnesses. We are merely quoting it. And as to Mac OS, Mr. Federighi testified in an area in which he is greatly confident and competent as to exactly why the threat model for Mac OS is different and why there are historic differences between Mac OS and iOS, and those were not refuted anywhere. Moreover, to the extent Epic now tells this court that all we need to do is treat this as if it were Mac OS, they leave out the part of their injunction where they specifically state that there can be no warnings on the App Store that you're about to go into an uncertified, unreviewed, unnotarized app, which there are on Mac OS when people try to do that. Here, they want to strip that out of the equation, making it even more bare.
Yo, Jamie Colthard, thanks for coming through with the tier 5, homie. Appreciate you. Shout out to Jamie. Jamie hype. That's lit. Thank you, Jamie.
Android, first of all, Apple agrees with you in terms of the goal at a high level, but the evidence is, the record is, the sought injunction is to actually take the App Store far beyond where Android is right now. In paragraph 57 of Dr. Rubin's testimony, the written testimony, he described that, in fact, Android has some human review. It has various steps to find things like ask or tell or encourage teenagers to commit suicide. It's not as good. It's not as successful as Apple's. It's not as effective as Apple's. But basically, what Epic wants to do is it wants this court to tell Apple to drop its arms to its side. It can continue to search for malware, but nothing more. It wants that order to be published and made known worldwide, and it wants to see if Apple can manage to hold off the attacks that hit every day, as both Mr. Federighi described. The one thing we know, and this takes us to the part of the dynamic market concept, the one thing we know is that there are many threats today, and tomorrow there will be all the threats there are today and new ones as well, and the day after and the day after. And what Epic wants to do is for Apple to drop its gloves, stand in the middle of the arena, and take what comes without any meaningful defense.
Wow.
So a number of things, Ivana. First of all, again, the strategy is very clear. It's to scare the court into thinking that a remedy here will somehow break the iPhone or otherwise cause harm to consumers and developers. It's not the case. We hold up the Mac not as what Apple must do, but as an example of a model that works that Apple could do. What we're asking the court to do is simply to prohibit certain conduct that has any competitive consequences. Apple can still do app review to its heart's content. Apple can still have an app store on the phone and encourage people to use it. If people value what Apple is providing, and I'm sure there are some who do, on the developer side and on the consumer side, those people can continue to shop at the App Store. People who would like to shop somewhere else because perhaps they do a better job than Apple does, or because they have content that Apple doesn't have but that they are interested in accessing. Those people can make a choice to go elsewhere. So there's nothing that prevents Apple from curating its store, if that word is acceptable or appropriate. There's nothing that prevents Apple from protecting its App Store consumers. That's fine. It can do that. There's nothing that stops Apple from imposing a set of guidelines on what types of apps it would like to have on its store. Just like, it's the grocery store who wants to stock stuff on its shelves. The problem is they are the only store in town, the only store that there is to be able to get apps out there onto the iPhone. And it's that restriction that is at issue. And consumers, once they have choice, developers, once they have choice, can make determinations about whether they value what Apple is providing or, frankly, whether Apple will do a better job because it has to compete. Because, as Mr. Cook said, we would have to differentiate ourselves in the face of competition. That's how it should work. That's what the antitrust laws are designed to encourage.
If you haven't shown me a single antitrust case where the kind of relief that you are requesting has been granted by a court, a private plaintiff comes in, you may or may not have ulterior motives. We haven't even talked about that because it's not particularly relevant. But I do think that Mr. Sweeney's testimony made clear that he would not be here today had that side deal been cut. It is a pretty significant step that courts haven't done.
So two things, Your Honor. First, just quickly as to Mr. Sweeney's testimony and the so-called side deal, there are 2 points. One is it's very clear from his email to Mr. Cook and others that he was hopeful that there would be an opportunity for this to be extended to all developers. What Mr. Sweeney had hoped to achieve if he got the deal was to make sure that that was a deal that became available for everybody. As to the substance of whether there are other cases out there that are like this one, I don't have a precise example where a court in a case involving a private party as opposed to a government party like Microsoft, and I'm reminded of AT&T as well, which was obviously a quite significant remedial order that was entered, that has had precisely the same kind of impact. But that's because we're dealing here with a pretty unique situation where we have a company of the size and scale of Apple that is engaging in conduct that has the size and scale of the conduct in which Apple is engaging. And there are...
Stop the United States government from engaging in these topics if it wants.
That's true.
Be clear, right? Epic is here because if relief is granted, they go from a multi-billion-dollar company to a significantly, maybe trillion-dollar company. Who knows? But they don't do it out of the kindness of their heart.
There is certainly, it would be to Epic's financial advantage, as it would be to the financial advantage of every developer to cease to be out from under the yoke of monopolistic conduct. But it is, I hope, clear from the testimony and the documents that Epic and Mr. Sweeney have a commitment to this issue that has existed for many, many years. There's the email back from 2015 when Mr. Sweeney reached out to Mr. Cook, who I gather didn't remember who Mr. Sweeney was at the time, and said, this very same set of issues were bothering him. Your Honor may remember the email Mr. Sweeney sent about Vietnam and his concerns that having centralized distribution could cause problems with respect to censorship and repression. There is a long history of communications on this topic. I won't deny that it would be in the financial interest of a developer like Epic or every other developer not to be subject to any competitive consequences, but I think it would be unfair to suggest that that is the only motivation here. Epic has obviously suffered great financial harm from not being on the App Store now for 8-9 months, whatever it's been.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yeah.
First of all, as on many other topics this morning, the only witness on whether or not this would break the iPhone is Mr. Bornstein. There's been no testimony offered by Epic on that. We do have the testimony of Mr. Federighi and Mr. Cosminka describing exactly the sort of harms to the ecosystem and the potential harms to consumers and developers which would be caused. Secondly, in terms of no other developers would be harmed and may benefit greatly, this takes us back again to the testimony of the economists, where we have here a two-sided platform which is built on the indirect network effect, where because it's an attractive platform, people come here to do business. There is no predicting what happens when the iOS environment is polluted with a variety of unpoliced different app stores from different sources, none of which we know. Third, Mr. Bornstein said that Apple can do app review.
How is that perspective even accurate, given that that's what Android does, and Android survives, and in fact has a larger market share than Apple?
Well, Your Honor, again, this takes us back to consumer choice. And consumers who choose to participate with Android and the things that it offers, they can make that choice, and they can choose the less secure environment and have. The consumers that have elected to purchase Apple devices, we all know.
Sheesh.
It's not a mystery. It's not hidden. Mr. Cook said it under oath here the other day, that Apple's brand and trade is on maintaining people's privacy and the security of their information and a secure ecosystem. And that is Apple's marketplace, and that is its niche, if you will, compared to the broader, larger Android business model. Here, the proposal, as Your Honor's already noted, is to turn iOS into something resembling more Android, but to go even further. And so those people who depend on Apple to do exactly what it's doing, who have chosen Apple because of what it does, will then be confronted without the choice that they currently have, because the iOS environment would be turned into the equivalent or perhaps even a poor imitation of Android, and that eliminates consumer choice. And finally, Your Honor, in terms of the app review to Apple's heart content, let's take just as an example the Epic Games Store. If Epic Games Store were to come into the App Store, first of all, Epic Games would have to agree to provide Apple with all of the binary code for each of the games on it. That means each developer would have to agree to provide all of the binary code for each game in the Epic Games Store. We have no relationship. Apple has no relationship with those developers. Those developers have no obligation to Apple to provide it.
Sheesh.
Then let's talk about itch.io, which has tens of thousands of different games, which is in the Epic Games Store. So now we have a store within a store within a store. And Apple has no access to the binary code for those tens of thousands of games. It has no relationship with those developers. It has no way to conduct app review on even a malware.
Thank you for the super chat, Raffy. Shout out to Rappy, man. Thank you, homie. Thank you.
Improper social engineering. So this would be an unsolvable problem. It would be a huge problem. And this notion that Apple can simply conduct app review on those developers who choose to send them their code, and so there's no problem here at all, is to blow right by the main issue. And in fact, Your Honor, in terms of where consumers might purchase these apps, it comes down to if, for example, Epic Games Store ceases to offer any games on the App Store, then consumers, if they want those
Raffy,
games on
thank you
iOS,
again,
are going
homie.
to
Thank you,
have to
Raffy.
go to different untrusted stores within the iOS ecosystem. And lastly, Your Honor, the comment that Epic has been damaged by not being on the App Store since August 2008, where are we at now, 2020, it hardly bears mention, but I will anyway. They clearly could have come back onto the store. They could have litigated these claims while continuing to offer Fortnite to its customers and to other iOS platform users, and it consciously chose to disregard the interests of all of those entities, of all of those constituents, for the headline value of refusing to rejoin the store.
Okay. I will give each of you a few minutes to make closing remarks.
Ooh, this is it.
I might start just responding quickly to Mr.
This is it. This is where they're bringing out the big guns right here, both sides.
In the App Store. It is a manifestation of the principles that Mr. Sweeney and Epic have been demonstrating throughout this entire process, which is they believe these restrictions are unlawful, and they believe that the right way to go about dealing with them is to bring them to the court and not continue to abide by them. And I think that's been clear, whatever one may think about the way in which the case has begun. It was a product and a function of the principles of not continuing to abide by restrictions that the company believes to be anti-competitive. As for the substance of the remedial points that Mr. Dorn made, first, there was a lot of discussion about a store within a store within a store. That is misguided in two respects. First, the primary remedy here is that there will be stores that are available outside of the App Store. Apple will continue to have the ability to review whatever is in the App Store to its heart's content. To the extent there is a request for a limited period of time to have stores within the App Store to deal with any competitive consequences that have accrued over time, customers will certainly be able to know when they are downloading something from another store as compared to when they are downloading something from Apple. Apple has more than enough ability to make sure that consumers know who they're getting something from and what they're getting. And those people who value what Apple offers can choose to buy from Apple and can continue to do that. As for the other security points, it's first clear that the issue that has arisen around having the App Store be the only store was not a decision that was made entirely based on security, but rather based on policy. And that goes back to PX 877, which was that white paper that was put together by the security experts at Apple back when this decision was being made. And they made clear that this was a policy decision as to whether Apple should distribute outside the store. And Mr. Federighi admitted on cross-examination that there are other ways, using his words, to turn off the spigot of apps that have gone bad. And that's, for example, through code signing. That's at 3452 of the transcript. But to step back more broadly, Your Honor, as I said, the theory here seems to be to make the court concerned about stepping too far to deal with the anti-competitive consequences of the conduct that are at issue. And I acknowledge, Epic acknowledges, that this is an important case, that there is an important set of conduct, and that a remedy that would be entered of the sort that Epic has requested would be important and significant. But that is because the issue affects such a large number of consumers, such a large number of developers, and has persisted for such a long period of time. And remedying that conduct is, of necessity, a more robust endeavor and exercise than your typical injunctive relief, because the conduct and the harm is more robust than the court would typically face.
Wow.
Your Honor, the theory here, or the strategy here, is to make the court aware of what Epic is asking. And if that is scary for Apple's iOS customers and for Apple's developer community and for Apple and for this court, that is simply a consequence of what it is Epic is asking for. Even in this last narrative, we heard things that have never been said before and are in no filing with this court, such as a comment about it's not that there's no ability to look at stores within the stores. If it's necessary to have stores within the App Store for a limited time while the anti-competitive effects are worked out, I don't know where that's coming from, and I don't know what it's referring to. And then there's the statement that Apple certainly has the resources to tell people if they will be using things from an untrusted source.
Oh, dear.
But their injunction specifically demands
the heck was that
there be no attempt to discourage the use of any of these other apps. Epic is talking out of both sides of its mouth on this, when the impact and the results and the way this will play out in practicality are plain and are simple. Dr. Rubin testified that the vast majority, more than 90% of app attacks are based on social engineering. And the only thing that Epic is willing to permit Apple to do for any apps that are not submitted to the App Store is to do some sort, they don't describe what, of malware review. That does nothing for these social engineering issues, as admitted by Professor Mickens. And that is the iceberg under the water, not the tip of it, which in Apple's case, because of its excellence, is malware. And finally, Your Honor, on this topic, I would just say that the law protects technological incompatibility as pro-competitive. That is how consumers are given a choice. Your Honor, I commend the court to Foremost Pro, which was the basis of the jury instruction back in the iPod case. And that case follows Trinco and its progeny. And, Your Honor, I would also point out that Qualcomm was decided in the first instance on the absence of a duty to deal. Your Honor, Apple's business model was developed long before it had anything that anyone claims is market power. It has served its customers and developers well, and Epic is now attempting to pro hoc dismantle that without any clear requests of the court and without any clear testimony or guidance as to what the impact of that attack would be.
Your Honor, if I could respond to one point, which is the accusation that this is a new request. I'm not sure where that comes from. I'll show you our January 22 remedy filing, paragraph 4, specifically says that to remedy Apple's past misconduct and its anti-competitive effects and to restore competition, Epic is requesting that the court grant time-limited relief for a period of 3 years to have apps on the App Store. Precisely the point that I made earlier. This is by no means a new request. Also, what appears on the slide that's been up on the screen for a little while. But ultimately, what I continue to hear as the theme from Apple is we're doing a really good job, Your Honor. Please let us continue to do a really good job. Even if you're not saying, even if we're a monopolist, I realize that, but this is the undertone. We're a good guy. We're the benevolent overlord of this ecosystem. Let us continue to do it without competition because it's worked out okay so far. That is not a defense under the antitrust laws, where competition is what's supposed to drive excellence, not our just trusting that Apple will be excellent on its own.
Last comment, Your Honor.
No, it's just, you don't have a benevolent overlord and anti-competitive effects. They're not really benevolent if you have anti-competitive effects. I mean.
Yeah. Your Honor, that's actually not so. I disagree with that. You have them pretending to be a benevolent overlord and saying, we don't think anybody should compete. We're trying to do a good job. But the point is you have to compare. You have to decide whether what they're doing is what it would be in the face of competition. And they're saying, trust us, we're doing as well as we otherwise would.
You know, all I wanted to say on that point was I thank counsel for the clarification. I had actually thought 3 years was for all relief sought. Turns out it's only time limited in one instance, and the rest is without any time limitation at all.
Mr. Goldstein, it's your burden. You get the last word.
Right. Your Honor, I'll just use as the last word the opportunity to thank the court for the time that you've given us in hearing this case. We know the tremendous amount of work that Your Honor has done to hear it and to give it the consideration that we think it deserves. And we really just want to express our appreciation for that. So thank you.
And on this point, Mr. Bornstein and I can agree. And both the court, its staff, its clerks, we appreciate all of the effort that the court's put into this matter and all the effort that we know the court has yet to go.
Well, on that front, and I've said this, I think a couple of times, and it doesn't hurt to say it again. I did and do find that the lawyers in this action on both sides have really been a terrific example of what lawyering is and can be. Having been a partner in a big firm, I know that that's not always the case, and it's unfortunate. In this court, actually, it was an antitrust case. When I first took on the lithium-ion battery MDL, I'd come over from the state court, and I had a set of professional rules of conduct that I used, and I was told when my arm was twisted to take that MDL because I thought it would never be given to a new federal judge. I told the lawyers that I expected that, and I asked them to write a professional set of rules and guidelines that they as lawyers could abide by. And they did. And those guidelines became the Northern District's guidelines. So it's important to me. I think it's important to the bar. And we can be, and you can be, fierce advocates and yet still professional. And that's important if you're all going to survive long careers. I know, I think I have a reputation for being a little tough, but it's all with the best intent to get to the right answer for folks and for litigants.
No!
There is a lot of material. So I made a joke the other day about August 13th, which was the date of the hotfix. Not everybody got the joke. So I am not promising to have this by August 13th. But I am going to try, as I said to you, I want to try to get to this while the memories of the testimony is fresh and while your arguments are fresh. But we do have thousands and thousands of pages to review. I believe the staff told me we had 4,500 pages of testimony.
Holy cow. Bro, I feel bad for this poor
and so
lady. This poor lady that's the judge, dude, just said she has to go through 4,500 pages of testimony, dude. I haven't read 4,500 pages in my life, much less read it and then analyzed who was right about anything. That's crazy. Shout out to, she's a legend for that, dude.
Now, opening arguments, the lawyers tell you what the cover of a puzzle looks like. I like puzzles. Physical puzzles more. And during the course of the trial, I tell them, I say, now pretend here we are. We haven't taken any evidence. We have an empty box. That's it. It's empty. The lawyers can tell you what they think the evidence is going to show, but we've heard nothing. And then during the course of the trial, when I have to remind them not to go do their investigation or find out their things on their own, I tell them, you know.
That's also interesting. She said there's the 4,500 pages of testimony. Yo, HyperX, thank you for the gift, mate. But she said there's 4,500 pages of testimony and not any evidence. Like their evidence bucket or whatever is just empty. So she said like basically everything is just like the lawyer's opinions, you know, and there's not like a whole lot of evidence, which I think makes it even harder. Like if you're the judge, what do you pick, you know? Like there's no real evidence. It's just kind of like opinions, you know? I don't know, man. It's a difficult job right there.
For those listening who have not been in trials, that's what we're doing. We're taking all of that evidence, all of that testimony, all of those documents, and putting it together in a way that seems to make sense in the context of the law. That's what we do. So it will take me a while to do that. But I do appreciate everything and of course your support of the court and your support of the staff. It's been tiring, but a real pleasure. And I hope to see you all at some other point as all our careers continue to progress. Okay, you're adjourned.
I hate to raise a mundane issue like 3 exhibits because I'd rather leave it that warm glow. But I believe I'm speaking for both parties on 3 points. DX 5447 was referenced when first admitted as DX 5547, so that needs to be corrected. 5547 is not in evidence. 5447 is.
Okay.
DX 3734 is also admitted, and I don't believe it's currently on the list. That was admitted by stipulation of docket 635 of May 11.
Okay.
And then DX 5441 was a spreadsheet that was used with Mr. Malachowski, but it was referenced as in evidence, but none of us have a record of it actually being placed into evidence, so that should be removed from the exhibit list.
Okay. So 5447 is out, 5441 is out, 5547 is in, and 3734 is in. I understand also I'm meeting with some of the newer lawyers to the profession tomorrow. There was a request, I think, but I just asked as Ms. Forrest if you and Mr. Dorn will confer on that last issue. Whatever is fine with you all is fine with me. And I'll see them here in the courtroom tomorrow morning.
Thank you again for that, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Safe travels.
Thank you.
Well, is that it? That's the GGs. They said the court is adjourned. Well, that's kind of a bummer in the summer. Wow. Wow. That was a hullabaloo, man. Did Epic win? That was the final day of the trial, and then, I don't know, I guess there's another part where they do, like, sentencing, or, like, they come and, I don't know. So, apparently, like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but what just went down the last 15 days was, like, them pleading their cases in court, right? And then, now that they pled their cases, the judge, like, the person who's gonna, like, make the decision, you know? The judge is gonna go and, like, sleep on it, essentially, you know? They're gonna go and continue to look through all the evidence, all the points that everyone brought up, and then she said August 13th. She was hoping to have the answer by, but then she also said August 13th. She was just making a joke about that, since that was when Epic released the hotfix last year. Not a very funny joke, but yeah, basically, she kind of said she was hoping to, like, have her verdict by the 13th, which is kind of far away, man, but honestly, take your time, you know? As much as I want Epic to win and Fortnite Mobile to be back right now, I want them to make the right decision too, you know? Like, if Epic's wrong and the right decision is... Oh dear, homie almost got me. But if the right decision's, like, for Apple, you know? I don't know, I just hope that they make the right decision, you know? But, yeah, probably still about a month and a half, 2 months, it looks like, until we get the final verdict. But honestly, just from, like, feeling the vibe of people in the final day, literally, bro, Apple's lawyer literally accidentally screamed into the mic at one point. There was one point, I don't know if you guys heard it, but the Apple lawyer was, like, asked a question, and then the Apple lawyer, like, replied super passionately, and then the judge was literally like, you need to calm down, you know? Like, they literally asked the Apple lawyer to calm down. Homie was losing composure, bro. So that makes me think Epic is in the lead, you know? Or at least they had a way better time in the trial. But yeah, once again, we won't know until we know. But yeah, that was freaking crazy, dude. That was so stressful, bro. Could you imagine being on either side? Like, imagine being Apple or being Epic, and, like, you're just showing up to court, and the other side is just, like, grilling you, you know? It's basically just like an insult war. Who will win? Who will make the other look worse? It's like it's like, I don't know, man. It's like being bullied at school, but, like, on the biggest scale, you know? Like, I'm stressed after listening to that, man. Imagine having to be the judge. See, she said she has to go through 4,500 pages. Can you even read 4,500 pages in that amount of time, you know? What is that, 2 months? 4,500 pages in 2 months, dude? Literally, bro. I don't know if I could do it. And you know all the pages are, like, mega boring, you know? There's not, like, a storyline or, like, superheroes in it, you know? It's just, like, the most boring big words ever. You gotta be, like, a superhero to do that, you know? Yo, guys, just so you know, that's not the real Lachlan's mate. If it was, I'd be freaking out alongside y'all, but that's just someone who made Lachlan his profile picture and then changed his name to Lachlan, you know? When will it come back? The judge made a joke about the date, August 13th, but she did say it was a joke, but... Oh, dear. Did that on accident. But she did basically say she was hoping to have the final verdict or the final answer or the solution or what's going to be happening around August 13th. She did say it was a joke just because that was the day Epic released the original hotfix, which sparked the entire thing, right? But regardless, I still think she's aiming for end of July, early August. Sometime around there, we'll get the word. So now it's just the waiting game, man. The stressful part is done, though, dude. We made it through the hard part, and that was the court trial, you know? Like, that is where any curveball or anything where we didn't, like, expect to happen, you know, that would happen in the trial, you know? Now it's all out there. It's all on the table. Everything both sides knows is already known. Hey, what up, Macy? Shout out G Laser. Oh, I gotta say my what ups now, man. We were sitting there in pretty much silence listening to a terrible quality mic over a phone call. So I gotta get my what's ups in now, you know? What up, Rebecca? What up, Anime Toothless? What up, Coffee and Cream? What up, CK0209? What up, Blake Bears? What up, Maximilian Carpenter? What up, Coffee and Cream? What up, Keenan? What up, Crystal? What up, G Laser? What up, Kareem? What up, Mr. Energy? Holy cow. What up, Blake? What up, Joshua? What up, Jacob? Oh my goodness, dude. I'm so happy that thing's over, man. But I don't know. Am I happy or sad about it? It's one of the two. Ah! Huh. Homie didn't even stand a chance, dude. I thought he was, but then he just kind of didn't do anything. Oh, I missed. That's why I don't play with my mouse. I tried to shoot it with my mouse right there, and look what happened. Got pooped on by myself. Oh, yo, we're doing the purple loadout inventory challenge. The purple loadout inventory challenge. Oh, we got to go to the zone, boys. I'm very lonely on Fortnite. Oh, dear. Well, hopefully Fortnite Mobile... Bro, if Fortnite Mobile comes back... Oh, dear. Hold on. So weak, so weak, so weak. Oh, dear. There's more? For real? For real? Bro, why am I on fire? Well, I'll take that. All aboard! I'm still growing a bit, but I want to be just like Hog, but I don't know where to get the information. Are you talking for like making a Fortnite video, like getting the new leaks and stuff? Honestly, Twitter. Twitter's where it's definitely the best place to get Fortnite news, because like as soon as an update comes out or something, like people can just tweet it, you know? And then you just basically go and find as many tweets as you can, and then, you know, oh. But definitely Twitter, man. Is there a closer reboot we can go to? Here, I'll just hang out. We should be good to go. And I don't know how to edit my videos. I mean, it's baby steps, you know? When I started YouTube, I didn't know how to edit my videos. But then I slowly, like... It's baby steps, you know? You're not gonna go from having unedited videos to having, like, super edited videos. First, like, you learn, alright, how do I cut this part out of the video, you know? You just learn one thing at a time when editing. Find one feature or one thing you would like to add to your video to improve it, and then learn how to do that, you know? And then the next video you make, pick a new feature that you want to teach yourself how to add to your video, and then learn how to do that. And then by the time you're like 30 videos in, you got 30 sick little edits you can do and add to your videos and spice it up, and yeah, it's a process, you know? Oh, wowie. This guy wants to play Fortnite? Let's play Fortnite. not in the bush. Wow, we really went all the way over there that fast. Holy cow. Shockwave so far, dude. I'm waiting for someone to go to the reboot, bro. Well. Ring the doorbell? Wait, is that a challenge or something right now? Oh yeah, this dude right here. Look at him, bro. There we go. Bro, where are they? Oh, they're over there. And there's more over there too, yeah? Oh, right here. Where'd he go, bro? Why can I never, like, see people when they shockwave, you know? I feel like I should be able to, like, spray at them a little bit, but they always just disappear. I think it's a me problem. Hey, shout out to Dylan, man. Thanks for coming through. I'm just gonna hide right here, dude. Will there be a video on the main channel tomorrow about the court case today? Probably not tomorrow, but maybe in the near future, you know? What? Okay, there we go. I thought I hit him, then I missed him, and then I thought I hit him again, and then I missed him again. And now we got this guy over here. Dude, the explosive bow doesn't explode. I need to hit a shot, bro. There we go. Ooh-wee. Took me that long to eliminate a bot. Pretty sad, mates. Pretty sad indeed. Oh! Sonic Beast. Letting it rip. Explosive bow bopped him right there, man. Can't even lie. No way, he's up there, he's up there. We go get him then, shall we, boys? Oh yeah, he might be. Wait, there's one over here too. Well, we got a couple squads left, huh? Oh, it's a chicken again, man. I keep seeing that chicken. No way they're up there, dude. Oh my goodness, they are. Oh dear. Sheesh. No way, there's another one up here. Oh. Oh, that was kind of cool, even though I didn't even eliminate anyone right there. Boom. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't think... Wait, no, we lost one game today. I was gonna say we didn't. Who won Apple or Fortnite? Honestly, man, it definitely looked like Epic had the upper hand today. It seemed like the judge was siding. Hold on, I gotta make a tweet, man. Final day of Epic All right, hold on. I'm gonna add a nice little fancy. All right, I'm making a tweet. Tweet, boom, sent. Oh, wait, we got one too many, man. We got one too many. Is Deathstroke in Fortnite? Yes, Deathstroke will be coming into Fortnite in the newest update. There will also be a tournament. Hey, what up, Brickwall? Yo, Brickwall. I see you got upgraded to rare status. There you go, there you go. Are you on controller? I'm on PC, playing with a Battle Beaver Customs controller, my man. Yo, should we change the title and thumbnail, man? I feel like since that concluded, we kind of clickbaiting now, you know? It ain't even going on anymore, dude. We gotta change it up. Maybe throw a Deathstroke thumbnail on or something, or does it not matter? Who knows, man? I can voice Troll Hog. What does that mean? It sounds scary. Do you like Dino Nuggets? Bro, of course, dude. Top 5 favorite foods that are in dino form. Probably number 2, dino-shaped foods. Number 1 is the dino egg oatmeal. Have you ever had that? The dino egg oatmeal. It like starts out with like oatmeal with like dinosaur eggs in it, and then you like heat it up and put milk, and then the dinosaur eggs hatch into dinosaurs. Seriously, if you haven't tried the dino oatmeal, try the dino oatmeal. Not sponsored, genuinely just a great oatmeal, you know, straight up. Oh, what do you think? Dirty Docks, Colossal Crops? Nah, Lazy Lake, man. The answer is obvious. Yo, you see? Oh, Jing said he found a unicorn. Let's go get the unicorn. We've been finding a lot of unicorns today, man. Oh, I found a unicorn. I'm landing on the unicorn. Unicorn! Yay. Gotta love a unicorn. Hey, yo, we got a super chat from the homie Raid Mac Fish. Thank you, homie. Says, can I play with you? I'm not sure, Raid Mac. I'm not sure. Let me know you're epic. We can get you added, but I don't want to promise anyone can play just in case it doesn't end up happening. Then I'm a liar, you know? But thank you for the super chat, Raid. Let me know you're epic and we can get you added. What is your opinion on primal weapons? I think they're kind of cool. Like, I don't know. It's nice to have, like, a variety of guns, you know? Like, we definitely have more of a variety than we did before. But I think the majority of them are kind of buns. Like, the primal pistol is buns. This primal pistol is good. I like this one a lot. The SMG, you know? But the primal pistol might be the worst gun ever. Literally. Hey, yo, Meme Castle. Thank you for the 99 cents. Meme Castle, a castle built out of memes. That's beautiful, mate. Thank you, Doug. Who won? The final verdict isn't today. It's the final day of the trial, which honestly, I think all of us just learned that those were two different things. I had no freaking clue. But today was the final day where each people like present their arguments. Each side like says their closing things. And now the judge is gonna go spend the next like month and a half reading through 4,500 pages of testimony and evidence and whatnot. And then she said she's hoping to return around August 13th with a verdict. So no verdict today. I'm heartbroken about it, but sometime around August 13th, we should be expecting it. There's chaos and lazy. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm on the way, mates. I'm on the way. Oh, there's some chaos. Wait, oh, that's Raze. I don't have a shotgun, though. There's not much I'm going to be able to do. Oh, tier, oh, tier. Alright, Raze, he chilling. Can we get Sonic Beast card? That is the question. Wait, did I see another unicorn? No. Thought I might have found another unicorn. Uh-oh, we're not gonna be able to get his card, dude. RIP. I apologize, Sonic Beast. Wait, where are they, man? Oh. Oh my goodness. Yo, thank you for the super chat. I'll properly thank you in a second, though. Ah! So dead, dude. No! Hey, what up, Kareem? Hold on, man. We missed the super chat. Let me go ahead and thank the homie. One sec. Hey, yo, Noah Lee. Thank you for the $2, my man. I appreciate you, Noah. Thank you. Oh, I got uploaded a bit of a new game. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Yo, what up, Mr. Squax? Check on your tournament? Wait, I'm playing in a tournament, dude? I didn't even know. That's news to me, man. I did not know I was playing in a tournament, dude. Alright, we need one to sit out. I got a 94 in golf today. Yo, GG's. Alright, we turn the fan on, cool us down a little bit. Oh, you mean there's the Deathstroke tournament. Wait. Oh, there is. Look, the Deathstroke Zero Cup. Starts in 3 days on the 27th. Unknown item. Top 1,000. Ooh, I might have a shot at that. Top 1,000? Can you still get the Battle Breaker skin, Hog? I'm not sure, man. Wasn't that in the item shop? I thought that was in the item shop. Or at least one of them, you know? You're never gonna get top 1,000. Wow, dude. I'm gonna stay up for the next 3 days, sitting in creative, working on my edits, man, so I can get top 1,000. What did I miss of the Epic Apple thing? Brickwall, it seemed to go really, really good for Epic. Like, the judge definitely seemed more on Epic's side. Like, you could tell just by a lot of the questions she was asking. But basically, they ended up saying it's going to be another almost until August 13th until we get the actual verdict. She's got to go. She's going to read through all the testimonies, go through all the evidence, and, you know, kind of sleep on it for a little while. Which is apparently a thing they do. I thought they would be like, oh, it's the last day. All right, here's the answer. But nah, apparently they give it a little bit more thought than that, you know? But it seems like they really realize how big of a deal it is. So it's probably for the better that they didn't just make a decision today, you know? Jeez. I need some better loot. Oh, also, we should be getting a new update tonight, maybe. I'm pretty sure we are. I'd be pretty confident in saying we're getting an update because we've literally gotten every update this season on a Tuesday, yeah? I have iOS and Fortnite on the phone. Yo, GG's, man. Remember when those were selling on eBay, like, a couple weeks after the whole, like, originally got banned on the App Store when Fortnite did? They were literally selling on eBay. I don't know if they were selling, but there were listings, at least, on eBay for, like, $10,000 an iPhone with Fortnite on it, you know? Like, holy cow, dude. You could buy 10 brand new iPhones for the price of that iPhone 9 for 10K, you know? It is Monday, or I meant Monday nights. Like, they'll come out on, or we'll get it announced on, like, Monday evening, and then it'll come out, like, Tuesday morning. I don't know why I said Monday and meant that, but yeah, I'm interesting. I'm a weirdo, you know? Do you know Nerpa? Yeah, shout out to Nerpa, man. I've known Nerpa for a long time. Met Nerpa a couple times. Cool guy. Fun to kick it with in real life, you know? He's a fun dude. I dropped that lazy, got a primal pistol, saw someone and got the headshot, the 65, and since it shoots 2 times, I got a kill. Dang. You might be the luckiest primal pistol user of all time, mate. I swear, dude, the primal pistol, I just can't figure out how to aim with it, dude. I feel like I'll have it pointed right at him, and then both of the shots will miss, and it'll always feel like, dang, dude. If it just shot in bursts of 3, like one more bullet in that little burst, and I guarantee the third one would have hit, you know? It's like every time I shoot it, it'll just do like a perfect outline around them. Like something out of a cartoon where like someone's getting shot at, and then there's just all the bullets go all around their body like in a perfect outline, you know? That's what it feels like, man. What concept do you want to see next, Sir Connor? We got any ideas, chat? We got any ideas for a sick Fortnite concept? For a dirty skin concept. If you have an idea, drop it in the chat, man. Darksaber's looking, dude. Huh. Man, I never realized how difficult it was to come up with a Fortnite skin concept, you know? Like, you think it would be easy, but then you sit down and try and, like, think of one. And there's just crickets. At least for me. Hey, we got Meme Castle. Boom. Thank you for the super chat, homie. Including your epic ID, Mr. Scooter, dude. Thank you, homie. Rock and roll. Will you get an Icon Series skin? Probably not, man. Probably not, dude. I'm just working on getting the code back, or at least finding out what happened to the code. But yeah, I gotta get a code before that can even happen, you know? Who is Candace? Oh, that's the sister from Phineas and Ferb, right? How weird is that? When someone says Candace, the first thing that comes to my head is Phineas and Ferb. And I don't think I've watched Phineas and Ferb in literally a decade. Elon Musk? Yo, an Elon Musk Fortnite skin would be pretty cool. Yo, what if the Foundation ends up being The Rock, and then the Visitor, like, ends up being Elon, you know? Oh, dear, dude. That would kind of be perfect if Elon was the Visitor, you know? Because he, like, builds rockets and stuff, you know? So does the Visitor. Any update on the P.O. box? Nah, not yet, mate. Not yet. I don't even think I've left the house. Gotta love the shockwave bows, man. A Tesla car in game would be perfect. Dude, that would be so sick. Imagine, like, next season comes out and it's like the futuristic Neo theme that we're kind of expecting. And then they're also a part of the storyline is like the Fortnite universe progressed past having to use non-renewable energy sources like gasoline. So now the cars are powered by electricity. And then we got electric cars going on around the map. That would be awesome. Probably wouldn't be that much different than the gasoline cars because it's just a video game after all, you know, but... What happens if there is a YouTube season? I don't know. That would either be like the coolest season ever or the worst season ever, you know? It would either be incredible or terrible. I don't think it could be somewhere in the middle. Connor, my new epic is Blood Hungry Rian. There you go, man. New epic. Kind of the same epic, though. I like that. You, like, kept the same base of your name, like Reanimator or Rian, but you just, like, revamped it a little bit, you know? You can make your next name, like, Super Smart Rian, you know? Any pair of adjectives in front of your name. You can infinitely change your name while simultaneously always keeping the same name. 200 IQ if you ask me, Reanimator. Ha! Sheesh. Good work, boys. Sheesh. I want Mickey Mouse in the game. We kind of do. His name's just Toon Meowscles, you know? I swear it's literally Mickey Mouse, though. Uh-oh. Thought I was gonna land on a tree right there. Gonna be in trouble. Eating mushrooms, eating mushrooms. That's like, I would say mushrooms is one of the only like toppings or thing that like I've never really tried, you know? Like I remember my dad as a kid, he used to always get the supreme pizza, like the pizza with like all the stuff, you know? Like with olives, mushrooms, and everything else that they offered. And I'd be like, I would eat it, I'd power through the olives and everything, but the mushrooms, I can't do it, man. They're just so weird, you know? Oh, I hit a tree. Well, free elims. Just keep shockwaving, just keep shockwaving. If Dory was in Fortnite instead of Finding Nemo. Oh, yo, I got semi-bad news, semi-good news for me. 2 days after the new season, on June 10th, I'm going on a family vacation from like the 10th through the 15th. So when the new season comes out, make like a couple videos, you know, right away, first like 2 days of the season. But then for the next 5 days, I'm gonna be on a little vacay with the fam, you know, so we're gonna not be posting as much, you know. But I might try and get like a vlog or something up on the second channel, just vibing. I don't know, we'll see. You taking me right? Oh dear, oh dear. Jinx says I'm coming along. I'll fit in the suitcase. Absolutely acceptable. Have a good time. Oh dear. Oh, mamma mia. Great, we're about to get burned, aren't we? Oh, I wanted that right there, dude. That would have been sick. Oh! That was a sick snipe, bro. You see that bow? Who won in the court case? Please tell us. The judge definitely seemed to be on Epic's side, but they're still gonna, like, the judge has to go and review all of the evidence and all of the testimonies and whatnot, and they said around August 13th they're gonna come back with, like, the verdict and what they're gonna do. So it definitely seemed like the judge was on Epic's side, but obviously until we get the actual verdict, things could change, you know? Like, maybe Epic won the trial, but maybe when the judge and sits down and looks through all of the stuff, like, maybe Apple's right, you know? Like, Apple, maybe they just did an absolutely... Maybe Apple's lawyer just isn't a likable dude, you know? So it just, like, Epic... Or the judge ended up siding with Epic because for whatever reason, the judge was annoyed with Apple. And then when they go and look at all the actual facts and the testimonies, and then, like, Apple's lawyer being annoying isn't a factor, maybe they end up siding with Apple, you know? So it's definitely too soon to tell. But if I had to place a bet, I would probably place it on Epic, all right? Obviously, we're not placing bets. But if I'd had to, I would put it on Epic, right? What are you even talking about? Truthfully, I don't really know, Darksaber. Truthfully, I don't really know. Is it just me that wants a Pringles Man skin? I think that's a pretty good proposal, Mr. Sir ADSA a lot. I think that's a pretty good proposal. Think about it. We got the Airhead skin, right? We got the Airhead, dude. Give us Pringles, you know? After that, we want Tony the Tiger. And then the Cheetos guy. Then after the Cheetos guy, we want the dude from the Six Flags commercials. The bald guy with the glasses, you know? Alex Baker says, I'm going on vacation with you. Oh, dear. All right. Sounds good, sounds good. Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down. Hi, just joined. Welcome, Liam. Welcome, welcome. I literally have it running on my TV and I'm chatting on this. Yo, the cool gaming, man. We on the TV? We on the big screen right now? That's crazy. Think about it. Just imagine. Yeah, that's a whole different level of mind-blowing, you know? Like, imagining someone in their living room, like, sitting on their couch, like, watching your stream on the TV. Kind of crazy. Oh, found another unicorn. I think we're gonna... Yeah, I think we're sticking with the unicorn, man. Because we can even come up with a super solid argument as to why it is a unicorn and not a llama. Llamas aren't rare, you know? Unicorns, very rare. Very hard to find. Therefore, it is a unicorn and not a llama. Bro, did I really not get a single gun, dude? I just lost the Fortnite lottery right there, apparently. Going for the reboot. Oh, welcome back. What? Just want to drop half of them, mate. Oh my goodness. Face cam, hold on. Let me finish this game, man. Let me finish this game, dude. There's a dude right over there. Oh my goodness, I got him with the primal pistol somehow, dude. Sheesh. Just got out of school. Congratulations, man. You made it through the day. Only 4 more to go. For the weekend. Have you watched Invincible? No, but I actually heard it was a pretty good show. I watched the trailer. I think I heard about it maybe like last week or like a week and a half ago. And I heard people talking about it and it sounded pretty good. And then I watched the trailer and saw it was kind of like a cartoon type thing, and then ended up not watching it. But I've heard even more people talk about it being good since then, so I think I'm gonna give it a go. I don't know why. I was just like initially turned off. When I heard people talking about it, it just sounded like it wasn't gonna be a cartoon, you know? But then it is a cartoon. I'm like, dude, did I find the wrong one? Is there a different one? I wish I could see your reaction at the end of watching the first episode. Okay, no, see, that's my type of show then. Even though it may be a cartoon, which honestly doesn't really matter, but that's my type of show, man. A show that, like, the first episode, like, some banger stuff happens that gets you hooked, you know? Woo! I hate when, like, a show starts off super slow and people be like, just make it to season 2. Once you get to season 2, it gets incredible. It's like, dog, I don't want to watch a whole season just to get to the decent stuff, you know? We need some hype stuff in the first episode. How are Layla and Pierre? They're doing great, man. They're doing great. Dude, literally nobody lands at Bony Burbs. You would think this would be like the hot drop since it's kind of like tilted. But no, it is literally the exact opposite of the hot drop. Nobody goes here. Unless you need to reboot a teammate, nobody goes here. Who won? It definitely seemed like the judge was on Epic's side today, but we won't know until right around August 13th, I think they said. No! I came so close. Who won though? We don't have the answer yet. The judge said she's gonna go and review all 4,500 pages of the, what do they call, I'm blanking on the word. Not the interrogations, not the statements. What is the word I'm looking for here? Not the evidence. Oh yeah, Mac, I know that was a joke, but I'm thinking it's still sometime around then, you know? Maybe not that exact date, but I'm thinking like end of July through August, something right there. Like, I think the date was an actual joke, but I feel like she picked to use that date as a joke because it could be like semi-realistic, you know? Obviously, they have no actual idea of when that actual date's gonna be, but yeah, I was just assuming the only reason she made that date as a joke was because there was like a possibility, but basically we just gotta wait and see either way. Oh, we had the same idea. Oh. They just keep running. Let me out of the water. I literally have no mats, dude. Gotta get mats. Sheesh. What up, handsome kid? What? Oh dear. What? I'm gonna get myself eliminated if I try and fight that guy, dude. We're sitting in the corner. Who won this fight? The judge seemed to be on Epic's side, but we're gonna have to wait until June or July, August, September, right around there for the actual verdict. Alright, I'm going for all the mats, boys. Collecting the mats. Oh, dang, the whole squad's back? Legends, bro. Legends. Play solos? Dude, I am way too bad to play solos, dog. If I play solos, I will get bopped. That is the truth, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't. Is there any way? Oh, bro, they're so far. Wait. Not even really sure what's going on here, dude. Oh! I'm dead. What? There's no way we're winning this, bro. No! Bummer. I feel like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like you should get a second chance, you know? If it's a 1v4 and you bop 3 of them and the last guy eliminates you with 20 health, like, I feel like you should have done good enough to where they, like, let you get rebooted at the closest POI, you know? Hey, yo, Soupy with the gift. Oh, the Aspen skin. Yo, Soupy. Thank you, homie. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's go, Vegas. Yes, sir, Ben. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hold on, boys. I gotta go use the bathroom. I will be right back. Alrighty, boys. Throw the face cam on for a sec since we hit 2K. Don't grill me though, man. It's laundry day. This is literally the freaking only clothes I could get together. Alright, so hold up. Quick drop a like in the next 5 seconds if you need a high five. Boom. Is the court back? Nah, it ended for the day, man. It's over. I kind of need a new thumbnail title, huh? Screw it. Why are you always wearing hats? Jinx, dude. I figured out that the bad hair day happens so much because of the haircut I got, man. I got bangs right now. Your V-neck is becoming a U-neck. Bro, this ain't even a V-neck, dude. Bro, I ain't never turning the cam on again, dude. My confidence at an all-time low. Just from 3 seconds of being on the screen, dude. 3 seconds. My confidence has been dismantled. Hello, Homie Games. It's me, Sua, again today. It's my dad's birthday, and I would love him if you could wish him a happy birthday. Yo, shout out to Sua Petroit's dad. Shout out. Happy birthday, mate. Let's go Sweaty Sands, dude. Looks deserted over there, dude. I quitted Fortnite for Apex. Dang. We got a trader in the chat. No, I'm just kidding. Don't worry, I wear hats all the time. That's... what a lad. Shout out to Ben, dude. Who won, Apple or Epic? They didn't have the final verdict today. It was all of them presenting their closing arguments. And it turns out the judge has to, like, go and sleep on it and think about it and look at the case before returning with their verdict later on. Probably like a month, 2 to 3 months away, we'll actually know the answer. It's crazy how long this stuff takes, dude. Like, it's insane, you know? Oh, another unicorn. Yo, story of my life, Dark Prince. Saying that the store's out of VEBA cards, dude. Literally, bro. Every time I go to the grocery store, I check. Every single time, but they are never there. It is legitimately a rare item. Just the card, you know? Oh. Surprised I didn't take fall damage. Where is this chest at, mate? I cannot find it. Oh, here it is. Sheesh. Uh-oh. Wait, is that you, Sonic Beast? Bop them. Oh, another one over here. Oh no. I literally choked so hard. Alright, we gotta close this out with a win, boys. Oh, over here. Oh! Oh my goodness, I keep missing. Oh my. Okay. Ha! Yo, what up? I'm banned. Are you actually banned? Your name's on banned. That's a bummer if it's true, you know? Be a little bummed about that. Seal Hog, I gotta go. Yo, G Laser, have a great rest of your day, homie. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for vibing. Take it easy, dog. What is this? Another shockwave bow? Bro, there are so many shockwave bows. It's because of the wild week, huh? Oh. Oh, I thought it was a slurp fish. I changed my epic to Fred Squiggly. There you go. Oh, wait, that's not a squiggly. That's a Harry Potter tattoo. Hey, what up? Hey there. Ooh, we hit the jackpot, boys. 8 gold. You're probably jealous. Bro, there are so many dinos over here, dude. Oh, I forgot about the unicorn. Where's the Black Knight? I retired the Black Knight, man. I am now maining the Mario skin, dude. Oh, dear. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Ah! You're never gonna make friends with that toxic attitude. Oh dear. Wait! No, where are you going? No! No! Oh. The Black Knight is better. Yeah, the Black Knight is a really good skin, but I don't know. It was time for something new, you know? We can always go back to the Black Knight too, you know? It's not like I deleted it from my account or anything. Oh, there's people over here. Wait, never mind. The dinosaurs ate the tree. I thought it was a person, but it was just a dinosaur. Hey, Oma Games, can I get a shout out? Yo, shout out to Spencer, my man. Shout out to Spencer. What is your thought on who won the case? Definitely, I think Epic did, man. Definitely. But who knows? Literally anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. Like I said, maybe Apple's lawyer, like, just annoyed the judge for some reason. So it really gave off the vibe that Apple was losing, you know? But maybe when they go and look at the facts, and it's nobody but the judge or the person making the decision and the paper with all the facts on it, maybe Apple ends up winning, you know? We really don't know. I just don't want to get your hopes up too high because it really, really does look like Apple is going to win. But we don't know, you know? We don't know until we know. What's going on in court right now? It came to an end, man. They had their little hullabaloo today, and they're going to go and review it. All 4,500 pages of the statements and the discovery and the evidence. They'll go review it, and they said they'll come back sometime in a couple of months with their verdict. They said the date August 13th as a joke, but it was just a joke, right? But I still think it's like a realistic date, you know? Like around that time. Like, I think it makes sense that it would take them that amount of time. But like I said, they said that as a joke. Like, they don't have an actual date, you know? What? No! Darn it. Hey, yo, shout out to Dylan Gamble, man. Shout out, shout out. Yo, what up, Security? If laughter is the best medicine in the world, then your face would be the most potent medicine there is. Wow. Wow. How come you stopped using the Black Knight? Because one of my good friends actually designed the Marius skin. My new epic ID will be Kareem on 1 FPS. Dang. 1 individual FPS. That'd be very difficult. Use the other style from Marius. Nah, I like this style, man. Because the other style is like black with a little bit of orange or yellow. I like that this one doesn't, it's just kind of white, you know, and doesn't have like that secondary color. So I can use the blue banner shield back bling and it not be like totally clashing, you know? This is quite the fight. Uh-oh. No. It's all up to Reanimator. Wait. Here he goes. Uh-oh. No. Twas an epic attempt. An attempt of epic proportion, some might say. Shout out to Secundi, man. It's coming tomorrow. Wait, did we get the update announcement? No. Bummer, dude. Hold on, let me check. I don't think we did. Yeah, no. Bummer in the summer. All right. Hold on. Ignore that image. Ignore the image on the screen. I'm just covering it up, buying V-Bucks. All right. So just ignore. Oh dear. Wait. All right. What are we feeling? Basketball, probably? Well, no, we did that. No, that was on caffeine. We did the basketball. What are we thinking? Rebound Raider, someone said. All right. Rebound Raider, man. Type your epic. Type your epic. If you're online, type your epic. Oh! Boys and girls, do you see it? Do you see it? Oh, my alphabetical order has returned. Woo, that's the biggest W of this stream, man. Is the alphabetical order returning, dude. Literally, man. Alright, type your epics. Wait, let's see if there's... Oh, there's still different... We're gonna have to see. Alright, I'm looking. Dang. Not having any luck. No luck at all, boys. I don't know if the people I'm looking for, I just don't have them added or what. Because I've looked for so many people and literally haven't found one. Not even one. Ah! Yes! Alright, if I have you added and you are online, type your epic in the chat, alright? If I have you added and you are online. If I don't have you added or you're not online, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get you a gift, so. Just please, just type your epic if you're, if I have you added and you're online, because otherwise, I won't be able to find you, you know? Yes. Oh. Bro, I feel helpless, dude. Sheesh. Well, oh. Wait, I almost just hit a button. Well, alrighty boys, that's gonna about do it for the stream. Hopefully we're gonna get an update tomorrow. Hopefully we don't have confirmation yet. But if we do, I'll be live. If we don't, probably still gonna be live, you know? Thanks for kicking it, everyone. Thanks for vibing. Epic versus Apple. The final day is over. Looking like Epic gonna win, but ultimately we won't know for a little bit, right? Thanks for watching this stream, everybody. Have a great day. I'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow with a brand new update.